is reporting from the border later tonight on Nightline after cable right here. Thanks. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Thursday. New developments in the search for that missing woman. Her family from Maryland asking for your help tonight. And take a look. New surveillance showing her in a store just before she disappeared. And we will hear from her boyfriend tonight. Also, your money. Walmart had the big announcement about prices going up. And tonight they give their reason why. And the big change coming to the SATs, what will now be taken into account. We want to know what you think about this. A lot more news ahead. Stay tuned. If you it's their reason. You go to a person believed to have been at local. Like new surveillance was held. And this evening right here, the new surveillance where she was last seen. And we hear from her boyfriend. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
Tonight, new surveillance images showing yoga instructor and avid hiker Amanda Eller just minutes before she vanished more than a week ago. Eller shopping at a local market wearing yoga pants and flip-flops, then driving off in her white SUV.
Aloha from Maui, Hawaii. My name is Amanda Eller.
Her boyfriend, the last person believed to have spoken with her, telling us he directed police to where he thought she might be.
Plus, I think maybe in Mako Forest. And so they sent out a bunch of patrol cars, and sure enough, someone found her car in the parking lot.
Inside Eller's wallet and phone. Authorities say they don't consider her boyfriend a suspect.
I had to go to the police station and take a lie detector test, which I passed.
Over 100 volunteers known as Amanda's Angels still searching the area, dense with eucalyptus groves and ravines, hundreds of feet deep.
Unfortunately, the situation had changed. It's only getting, more dire at this point.
David, her family believes that Amanda fell during that hike, but that forest is so lush, they simply can't find her through all that foliage. David.
All right, Matt, thank you. And when we come back here, news coming in on former President Jimmy Carter tonight. Also, the major change coming to the SATs, what they'll soon take into account, and why Walmart is hiking some prices. Their reason.
Moving. That's harder now because of psoriatic arthritis, but you're still moved by moments like this. Don't let psoriatic arthritis take them away. Taltz reduces joint pain and stiffness and helps stop the progression of joint damage for people with moderate to severe psoriasis.
Jimmy Carter. To the index of other news and a major change coming to the SATs, the Wall Street Journal tonight reporting the College Board will now include an adversity score, taking into account such factors as crime rates and poverty levels affecting students. The goal, they say, is to give everyone an equal chance. Former President Jimmy Carter is out of the hospital tonight after undergoing surgery for a broken hip. He plans to teach his regular Sunday school class. Tonight for Money, Walmart says it is raising some prices, blaming the trade war with China. The company says increased tariffs will lead to increased prices. Walmart did not say which items will go up. Passing a note tonight, world-renowned architect I.M. Pei has died, known for so many iconic structures, among them the glass pyramid at the Louvre. I.M. Pei was 102. And NOAA tonight is releasing its summer outlook for the U.S. June, July, and August are expected to be warmer than normal on both coasts. You can see there cooler and wetter conditions from Dallas up to Chicago and Minneapolis. When we come back tonight, the mother and daughter who never met. 70 years after she was born, she opens her eyes to meet her mom next.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, sponsored by Pacific Life, protecting.
Is now 70. She was born in North Carolina in 1948.
I gotta fight for my son's life.
Now, his jailhouse interview.
Did you have anything to do with the murder of Marcia?
On 2020, Friday at 9 Central on ABC.
Finally tonight here, America Strong, a mother and daughter meeting 70 years after she was born. Lynn Ray is now 70. She was born in North Carolina in 1948. Adopted when she was just a baby. She would grow up, start her own family, but she would always wonder about her biological mother. All these years later, after taking a DNA test, Lynn would get a phone call from a woman named Elizabeth Cullen. It was her mother. She was now 90, and she asked if they could meet. And her 90-year-old mother, it turns out, has a granddaughter who is a photographer, and she had an idea how to capture the moment at Sugar Mill Pond in Youngsville, Louisiana. Daughter Lynn covering her eyes, they bring her over to her mother. They are soon back to back. And Mom could tell something already. Lynn asks for her mother's hand. They wait for their cue.
Okay, turn around. You look like me, don't you?
All these years later, the message of her daughter.
You were wonderful, and I love you. I love you.
Already spent a week together, but now planning a family reunion this summer. I'm David. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you for. This is WEAR Channel 3.
All these years later, the message of her daughter.
Now, on Channel 3 News.
A bicyclist hit and dragged by a car in Pensacola this afternoon. The car police are now looking for him.
I want to know at all times what's going on with my kids.
Several students from Pine Meadow Elementary School were taken to the hospital. Now some parents are questioning why they weren't immediately notified.
Plus, raising a dog with a purpose. How the experts will be helping Catherine Daniel raise our Channel 3 service dog.
You're watching Northwest Florida's news station. This is WEAR Channel 3 News at 6 in high definition.
Good afternoon, good evening, actually. Some breaking news in Pensacola to start with. Police are now looking for the driver who hit a bicyclist and then just drove off.
This happened this afternoon. It was at the intersection of Penn and Strong Streets. Officer Mike Wood says the driver hit the bicycles and kept going. He says the bike was trapped under the car for a short distance.
A bicyclist was going eastbound on Strong Street, attempted to make a left turn here on in, and was struck by a vehicle that was going northbound on N Street. The vehicle kept going with the bicycle trapped up under the car. The victim was ejected from the bicycle and remained here on the scene.
Wood says they are searching for a dark blue Buick LaCrosse. It's missing a fog light cover. He describes the driver as a heavy-set black male in his 40s or 50s with short, dark hair. The cyclist was taken to the hospital. Now, if you have any information, you're asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 433-STLP.
Several school children were taken to the hospital today after suffering from heat-related illnesses of some sort.
That happened at Pine Meadow Elementary School. Hannah McKenzie has the latest.
6 fourth-grade students were rushed to Sacred Heart Hospital this morning. Tonight, I can confirm all 6 are doing well. They were just a little overheated. But now parents say there's clearly a bigger issue here. Half a dozen ambulances, another 5 or 6 EMS vehicles, the fire department, even a hazmat crew, all responding to Pine Meadow Elementary School around 9:15 Thursday morning. An Escambia County spokesperson confirms 6 students were taken to hospital. Even a hazmat.
I saw a while ago. Well, I saw a while ago.
That's EMT girl. That's Gail's daughter. Amanda.
Oh, okay.
The spokesperson confirms 6 students were taken to hospital, all suffering from heat-related illness. Scary news for parents. While we were outside the school, we ran into Jason Lights. He tried calling the school multiple times to find out if his son was okay.
I was told that he was in the nurse's office at the time of this event, but because she wasn't in there, she was dealing with other issues, that she has no record, nothing written down of why my son was in that nurse's office, or if he's in class, or if he's in the hospital.
Turns out Light's son had a loose tooth. His panic quickly turning to relief, then frustration.
The only way I knew about this situation was from your Facebook post.
Despite updating the contact information a few months ago, Light says he was never contacted by the school. He says the assistant principal told him an error with his school's call-out system prevented him from getting a phone call. It's a problem Lights says he's run into before.
Malcolm Thomas, I hope you see this because I have personally placed phone calls to you on your voicemail. You have never returned my phone call about this issue. Neither has your secretary or anyone from the Escambia County School to ensure me that this issue is flawed and being corrected.
We caught up with Escambia County School Superintendent Malcolm Thomas.
The priority were for those children that were having the heat problem, making sure we get them to the EMS and the first responders, and that their parents are notified, and then the rest we work through. And if you didn't get the call and your kid, just wait a minute. It'll all work out.
Thomas confirming to us at least 4 students collapsed and 2 others reported feeling unwell during the 4th grade wax museum, a project in which students research historic figures dressed in costume, then pose as if they were wax.
Some students' costumes are kind of open and simple, and there's not a heat issue. But if you're wearing a big wool coat, in the middle of May in Florida, you're probably going to get too hot if you try to stay in that brown.
Thomas initially told us the air conditioner wasn't working, but later clarified that it was fully operational. As for the lack of communication, he says he'll be contacting the principal of Pine Meadows to find out what's going on.
We need to know as parents that when we drop our kid off at school, that they're safe. They're okay until we come back and get them.
Thomas tells me the Wax Museum is an annual project, and they do plan on keeping the tradition around. They are looking at implementing changes, though, like shortening the length of time that students need to be in their costumes. In Escambia County, Hannah McKenzie, Channel 3 News.
Some soldiers based at Eglin Air Force Base were injured in a deadly Humvee crash in Louisiana. The Army Times report says the Humvee rolled at the Fort Polk Joint Readiness Training Center on Wednesday, killing Staff Sergeant Jake Hess. Hess was assigned to the 97th Civil Affairs Battalion in Fort Bragg. A dozen of the soldiers were injured. The Army Times says some were part of the 7th Flight Support Group at Eglin, no names have been released. The Army Combat Readiness Center is now investigating that crash.
A 30-year-old child who was getting killed yesterday in a car accident has been identified. It happened in the 1800 block of Brenda Avenue near North 61st Avenue. Now, the Florida Highway Patrol says Stephen Newhouse was driving a truck in that driveway, and he didn't see Madeline Newhouse. The report says she was hit and drugged to the roadway. Madeline was pronounced dead on the scene.
One woman was killed when an ambulance and truck collided in South Central County last night. The Florida Highway Patrol report says that after the intersection of East State Boulevard and Roosevelt Drive, the ambulance hit the truck, sending it into the ditch. The driver of the ambulance, Sidney Blaylock, and the driver of the truck, Robert Leonard, were taken to the hospital in serious condition. The passenger of the pickup, Carol Leonard, was pronounced dead at the hospital.
First Morning Weather, sponsored by Pensacola State College.
Time-lapse photography here seen from the Emerald Coast Marine Camp out of Niceville. That is a view of Baldi Bayou. What a beautiful day and a wonderful weather here on the Gulf Coast. Starting to warm up a little bit. Move on to the game in 30 minutes from now. His first pitch tickets still available if you want to head to that. We've still got some warm weather all the way through the game. It will be pretty nice and warm. We did see a couple isolated little showers popping up in southwest Alabama. Pretty quiet though late this afternoon, and now it will see any rain and when it could hit coming up.
A naval aviator and war hero laid to rest at the Olympus National Cemetery. How he served as an inspiration. A celebration of life was held today for an honored war hero. Commander Ralph Gaither passed away earlier this month, and now his life and service are being remembered. He was laid to rest at the Olympus National Cemetery. The naval aviator earned 2 Silver Stars and 2 Purple Hearts for his valor during his service. Today, his friend and former POW, Commander George Coker, spoke of his kindness and his love of flying. He says Gaither inspired other prisoners through his strength and not releasing military information despite intense mental and physical abuse.
Guys were beat down pretty bad, a lot of them, and they needed that type of encouragement. And Ralph Gaither gave it to them. And that's when my leader bike said, never gave an order. I'm not sure if he really said encouraging words, but just the implication, follow me. That's what I did.
Gaither also left his mark here in Northwest Florida. After 22 years of serving, he retired from the Navy. Then he started his second career, teaching technology education at Escambia High School.